Do you ever end your day feeling inexplicably exhausted? Not the satisfying tiredness that comes from a day of joyful work, but a deep, draining, almost toxic fatigue. Do you ever feel mentally foggy, irritable, or suddenly overcome with a wave of anxiety or sadness that doesn't feel like your own? For years, you have been told that this is just stress, burnout, or a psychological issue. But if you are here, listening to this, it is because your soul knows a deeper truth. This is not normal fatigue. It is the primary symptom of an invisible war. It is the sign that your aura, your divine field of life force energy, is under constant, subtle attack. Today, we are not here to talk about affirmations or positive thinking. We are here to talk about spiritual warfare. We are here to discuss the reality of energy harvesters and to give you a powerful, ancient weapon that does not just protect you, but makes you completely invisible to them. You are a being of light. Your aura, when healthy, is a radiant sun. But in a world still dense with fear and unconsciousness, a bright sun attracts moths. The great spiritual paradox is that as you do your work to shine brighter, you become a more visible and more appealing target for those who live in the energetic shadows. Especially now, as the powerful, radiant sun moves into the sovereign sign of Leo, your light is being amplified, and so is the attention it attracts. Protecting your energy is no longer an optional spiritual practice. In this new era, it is the most essential skill for your survival, your sanity, and your sovereignty. And it begins by learning to recognize the subtle signs of attack. You must understand, this invisible war is not fought with bombs and bullets. It is fought with frequencies, with attention, and with emotion. The first sign that you are losing this war is that feeling of being perpetually drained. But there are other, more subtle signs that your aura is being targeted, that your energy is being siphoned, that you are under attack. Pay close attention. You may be experiencing an increase in mental fog or an inability to concentrate. This is often the result of another's chaotic or needy energy creating static in your own mental field. You may notice a sudden influx of negative, self-critical, or fearful thoughts that do not feel like your own. This is often an energetic bleed-through from the people you have been interacting with. You might find that your creative projects stall, your inspiration dries up, and you feel a strange sense of apathy towards your own dreams. This is a classic sign of an energetic attachment, as the life force energy that you would normally use to create is being redirected and consumed by another. Perhaps the most telling sign is when you feel a sudden, intense desire to isolate yourself from the world, not from a place of peace, but from a place of exhaustion and a feeling of being too sensitive for this world. This is your soul's emergency response system, trying to pull you into a state of quarantine to stop the constant energetic hemorrhaging. If any of these signs resonate with you, do not be afraid. Be aware, you are not weak. You are not a victim. You have simply been an unknowing participant in an invisible war. Today, you become a conscious, sovereign warrior, and the first step for any warrior is to understand the nature of their adversary. You now recognize the signs of an energetic attack. To become a sovereign warrior, you must understand your adversary, not to fear them, but to know them. So let us now, with the clear light of awareness, dissect the anatomy of an energy harvester. First, you must release the image of some evil, shadowy monster. While such entities may exist in the vastness of the cosmos, the most common energy harvesters you encounter every single day are not demonic. They are simply human. They are deeply wounded, profoundly unconscious souls who have become disconnected from their own divine inner source. They are spiritually starving, and like any starving organism, their primary, instinctual drive is to find and consume a source of food. You, as a being of growing light and vitality, are a walking feast. They do not act out of malice. They act out of a desperate, unconscious hunger. Let us identify the 4 primary archetypes you will encounter. The first, and most common, is the victim harvester. This is the person whose entire identity is built upon their problems, their traumas, and their misfortunes. They harvest your energy through the potent siphon of pity. They will call you to complain for hours about the same situation, but will reject any and all solutions you offer. They are not looking for solutions. They are looking for your focused, compassionate, life force energy. They feed on your desire to help and to heal. Conversations with them leave you feeling heavy, guilty for your own happiness, and profoundly drained, as if you have just taken on their energetic burdens as your own. They hook into your divine empathy and turn it into a feeding tube. The second archetype is the interrogator harvester. This person drains you through the relentless assault of questions, invasive curiosity, and subtle criticism. They need to know every detail of your life, your decisions, your finances, your relationships. They put you in a state of constant defense, forcing you to justify your own existence. Why did you choose that career? Are you sure that's a good idea? Why are you wearing that? Explain to me again why you believe that strange spiritual concept. This constant need to explain and defend yourself is incredibly taxing on your energy field. They hook into your subconscious need for approval and your own self-doubt. The very act of justifying your truth to someone who is committed to misunderstanding you is an energetic hemorrhage. You are placed in the subordinate position of a subject being questioned by an authority figure, and in that dynamic, you leak your sovereign power. The third, and most overt, is the intimidator harvester. This is the classic bully, the narcissist, the drama queen or king. They harvest energy through the potent, high-voltage emotions of fear, anger, and intimidation. They create chaos and conflict wherever they go, and then they feed on the emotional reactions of everyone around them. They will provoke you, insult you, create emergencies, and push your boundaries, all to elicit a strong emotional response. Your fear, your anger, your anxiety, these emotions produce a powerful, almost chemical, form of energetic sustenance for them. They thrive on making you feel small, scared, and reactive. They hook into your primal survival responses. In their presence, you feel your nervous system go into high alert, and this state of fight or flight, this flood of adrenaline and cortisol, is a gourmet meal for their starving energy system. Finally, there is the fourth, and most subtle archetype, the idol harvester. This type is the most dangerous because they often come disguised as a source of light. This is the guru, the spiritual teacher, the charismatic leader, or the celebrity who harvests energy through worship and adoration. They position themselves as having all the answers, as being more evolved or connected than you are. They create a system of dependency, where you feel you need them for your own spiritual growth or salvation. They hook into your sacred search for God, for a connection to the divine. By placing them on a pedestal, by seeing them as your savior, you willingly perform a great energetic transfer. You unplug from your own divine source and plug into them. You give them your power, your light, in the form of worship, and they feed on it to maintain their inflated position of authority. So you see, the harvesters come in many forms: the victim, the interrogator, the intimidator, the idol. You now have the field guide to identify them, and you may wonder why your simple attempts to shield yourself from them in the past have so often failed. The reason is that a static, passive shield is no match for a dynamic and hungry predator. In our next chapter, we will explore why standard protection so often fails, and prepare ourselves for a far superior, more powerful defense. You are now an expert observer. You can see the victim, the interrogator, the intimidator, and the idol in the world around you. You are beginning to recognize the subtle transactions of energy that happen in your daily life. And your first instinct, the one you have been taught by 1,000 well-meaning spiritual books and teachers, is to shield yourself. You are told to visualize a bubble of white light, to build a wall of protection around your aura, to see yourself inside an impenetrable fortress. You have done this. You have sat in meditation. You have visualized with all your might. You have built your fortress of light. But you have found, have you not, that it so often fails? You feel protected for a moment, but then you step into the world, and by the end of the day, you are just as drained as before. The wall, it seems, is full of holes. Let us now explore the profound energetic reasons why your standard protection is a flawed defense. To understand this is to graduate from spiritual childhood to spiritual adulthood. The first and most critical flaw is that a shield is a static defense in a dynamic war. Your bubble of light is a fortress wall. It is designed to repel a direct, frontal assault. But an energy harvester is rarely a battering ram. More often, they are a saboteur, a spy, who you have already willingly invited past your defenses. They are your family member, your close friend, your needy colleague. A shield is designed to keep things out, but the greatest energy drains in your life are from people who are already in. Furthermore, a static shield requires your constant, conscious focus to maintain its integrity. It is an act of will. The moment your focus wavers because you get distracted, because you get tired, because you are simply trying to live your life, a crack appears in the wall. And these harvesters, who are masters at sensing weakness, find that crack and slip through. Maintaining a constant shield is an exhausting defensive posture. It is a full-time job that drains your energy in the very act of trying to protect it. True sovereignty is not about spending your life as a soldier guarding a wall. It is about being the king who is so powerful that no one dares to attack the kingdom in the first place. The second flaw is even deeper. When you build a shield, you are performing an act born of fear, not of power. Think of the energetic message you are broadcasting to the universe when you desperately visualize a wall of protection. You are shouting into the cosmos, "I am afraid, I am vulnerable. There is something outside of me that can harm me." You are building your defense from a frequency of fear. And by the immutable law of resonance, what does a frequency of fear attract? It attracts experiences that justify that fear. The desperate act of shielding can ironically make you more of a target because you are broadcasting the signal of prey. You are signaling to the energetic predators that you see yourself as weak and in need of defense. True protection does not come from a place of fear. It comes from a state of such profound inner peace and neutrality that the lower frequencies of attack and neediness cannot even perceive you. You do not need a shield if you are invisible. The third and most subtle flaw is that a shield creates separation, not sovereignty. A fortress wall does not just keep enemies out, it also locks you in. When you surround yourself with a dense wall of light, you may block some negative energy, but you also block the flow of life itself. You numb your intuition, you dull your healthy empathy, you disconnect yourself from the beautiful, subtle, energetic feedback of the world around you. This can lead to a state of sterile, spiritual isolation. True sovereignty is not about hiding from the world in a bunker. It is about becoming bulletproof, so you can walk freely and fearlessly through the world. It is about being so completely and authentically yourself that your very frequency becomes your shield. A shield that is not a wall, but a resonant field that automatically repels what is not in alignment with it and effortlessly attracts what is. So we see that the static shield is exhausting to maintain. It is built from a frequency of fear, and it creates a state of isolation. It is the defense strategy of a victim, not a sovereign. To achieve true energetic freedom, we need a new paradigm. A truly powerful defense is not a wall to be built. It is a state of being to be embodied. It is not about blocking energy. It is about becoming vibrationally incompatible with it. It is not a shield. It is a cloak of invisibility. In our next chapter, we will finally receive the ancient sonic key that activates this cloak. We will receive the mantra of invisibility. The fortress of light has failed us. We now understand that it is the defense of the fearful, not the defense of the free. We are now ready to graduate from the exhausting art of building walls to the effortless art of changing our very nature. We are ready to receive the ultimate defense. It is not a shield you must visualize. It is not a wall you must maintain. It is a sonic key, a vibrational password that, when uttered with intention, grants you a new status in the energetic world. It is a frequency that makes you undetectable to the very forces that seek to drain you. Let us now, with great reverence, receive the mantra of invisibility. The sacred sound code you are about to receive is ancient. Its power lies not just in the words themselves, but in the specific vibrational frequencies they generate. The mantra is Om Kavacham Kuru, Swaha. Let us deconstruct this divine technology so that you may understand the power you are about to wield. Om, the first sound, is the primordial vibration of the universe. It is the sound of all creation, the Alpha and the Omega. When you chant it, you are not just making a sound. You are aligning your personal energy field with the vast, stable, and eternal energy of Source itself. You are announcing, I am one with all that is. Kavacham is a sacred Sanskrit word. Its literal translation is armor or shield, but its esoteric meaning is far deeper. It does not mean a hard, rigid wall. It means a divine, impenetrable, energetic field of protection that is generated from within. It is the armor of God, the natural protection that comes from a state of complete wholeness. Kuru is a word of divine command. It is a verb of immense power, meaning do it now, or make it so. It is not a request. It is not a hope. It is an act of sovereign, creative will. With this word, you are commanding your own energy field to generate this divine armor. You are taking your power back from a state of hoping for protection to a state of commanding it into existence. And Swaha is a sacred seal. It is a word used at the end of Vedic chants to offer the intention up to the divine for its manifestation. It means, so be it, or it is done. It is the final energetic stamp that seals your command and releases it into the cosmos to be made real. So, when you bring them together, Om Kavacham, Kuru, Svah, you are not saying, please protect me. You are making one of the most powerful declarations a soul can make. You are declaring, by the power of the universe, I command a divine field of sovereign wholeness to be my reality now. And I offer this truth for manifestation. Now, we must understand the crucial principle of how this mantra creates invisibility. It is not the invisibility of hiding, it is the invisibility of frequency mismatch. An energy harvester, be it a person or a system, is a predator. And like all predators, it is tuned to hunt for a specific frequency. It is scanning the energetic environment for the frequencies of fear, of neediness, of victimhood, of self-identity. These frequencies are, to them, like the scent of blood in the water. This mantra does not build a wall to block the predator. It does something far more sophisticated. It instantly changes your scent. It retunes your entire being to a frequency that the predator cannot even perceive. Imagine the harvester is a shark, a master predator drawn to the thrashing of a wounded fish. The bubble of light technique is like trying to build a small cage around the wounded, thrashing fish. The shark will still smell the blood, still sense the panic, and will ram against the cage until it finds a weakness. The mantra of invisibility, however, does not build a cage. It instantly heals the fish's wound, stops its thrashing, and calms its panic. The fish becomes whole, serene, and radiates a frequency of peace. The shark may swim right past, but it does not see it, because it is no longer broadcasting the signal of food. This is the great secret. True protection is not a shield you build around your fear. It is a frequency of wholeness you embody that dissolves the fear itself. The mantra of invisibility is the key to that embodiment. You now have the knowledge of this powerful tool. You understand its sacred physics. In our next chapter, we will perform the activation ritual, and you will learn how to consciously wield this mantra to cloak yourself in the ultimate defense. Okay, you have the sonic key. You understand the sacred physics of the mantra of invisibility. But knowledge without practice is merely information. We must now turn this information into a living, breathing, cellular experience. Let us now begin the activation ritual to awaken this power within you. This is the moment you learn to weave your own cloak. Find a quiet space where you can sit comfortably with your spine straight. This is a posture of dignity, of sovereignty. This is not a ritual of supplication, but of command. Close your eyes, place your hands upon your knees, palms facing upwards, in a gesture of receiving the power that is already yours. Take a long, slow, deep breath in, and as you exhale, release the day, release the noise, release the energetic residue of every interaction you have had. Take another breath, and release the very idea of your vulnerability. Let it all go. You are now in a sacred, sovereign space. Before we weave the cloak of invisibility, you must first become profoundly aware of the light you are choosing to protect. I want you to bring your full attention to your core, to the area of your heart and your solar plexus. I want you to see, feel, and know that within this center burns a magnificent sun. This is your life force, your divine essence. See its color. Is it a brilliant gold, a vibrant emerald green, a pure diamond white? This is your unique soul signature. Feel its warmth, feel its power, feel its infinite, self-generating vitality. This is the great treasure. This is the light that the harvesters are so hungry for. For a moment, just be with this inner sun. Acknowledge its beauty, its power, its infinite worth. Now that you have connected with your light, we will receive the sonic key to make it invisible to those who are not worthy of witnessing it. The mantra is Om Kavacham, Kuru Svaha. We will chant this together, silently in your mind or as a low whisper. We will repeat it 9 times. 9 is the number of completion, of mastery. Let us begin. Slowly pronounce the sounds in your mind, feeling their resonance. Om Kovyakam Kuru Svaha. As you begin to chant, feel the vibration of the sounds. Feel them originating not in your throat, but in the very center of that inner sun in your core. With every repetition, feel this sacred sound vibrating outwards, beginning to change the very spin of the atoms within your energy field. The hum is not aggressive. It is a hum of profound and absolute self-containment. Now, as you continue your silent chant, bring your awareness to the outer edge of your radiant, sun-like aura, you are going to witness a great alchemy. You are not building a wall. You are transforming the very nature of your light. Imagine that the outer layer of your vibrant, colorful aura is beginning to crystallize. It is transforming from a bright, inviting, and highly visible light into a calm, neutral, and perfectly mirrored surface. See it now. Your aura is becoming a perfect sphere of polished obsidian, or a sphere of flawless, mirrored silver. It is like the surface of a perfectly still lake under a midnight sky. It is calm, it is deep, it is unreadable. This mirrored surface does not block energy in an act of fear. It simply reflects it. Any low-frequency energy that approaches the probing questions of the interrogator, the needy hooks of the victim, the aggressive posture of the intimidator, it does not find a source of food. It does not find a vulnerability to latch onto. It simply sees its own reflection in your perfect, calm neutrality, becomes confused, and turns away, completely uninterested. To these lower frequencies, you have ceased to exist. You are vibrationally invisible. Feel the shift in your own state of being. Feel yourself moving from being a bright, loud, radiant Suna beacon for all energies, good and bad, to a quiet, deep, self-contained star in the night sky. Your power has not diminished. It has simply become more refined. It is now contained, protected, and available only to you and to those you consciously choose to share it with. Complete your final repetition of the mantra now. To seal this activation, take one final, deep breath in, and as you exhale, whisper the word Svaha one last time, either aloud or in your heart. As you do, see and feel your new, mirrored, invisible aura becoming stable, permanent, and effortlessly a part of you. Now, just be still. Sit in the silence for a moment and feel your new energetic state. Feel the profound sense of peace. Feel the calm, the self-containment, the quiet power of being the absolute sovereign of your own energetic kingdom. The activation is complete. The sonic key has been turned. Your cloak of invisibility is now a part of your energetic wardrobe. You now hold the power. But the final step of mastery is learning how and when to use this power in your everyday life. In our final chapter, we will explore how to live with your cloak of invisibility and become the absolute master of your energetic reality. The ritual is complete. The sonic key has turned. The cloak of invisibility is now yours, a permanent and powerful part of your energetic wardrobe. But a master tool is only as good as the artisan who wields it. An unused power is nothing more than potential. So let us now discuss the final stage of your training. How to live with this newfound power and become the absolute, unshakable sovereign of your energetic reality. Living with your cloak of invisibility is not a passive state. It is not. It requires a new level of conscious awareness and practice. I will now give you the simple, practical user manual for your new power, broken down into 3 essential daily practices. First is the practice of the proactive cloak. This is your morning ritual. Each day, before you look at your phone, before you engage with the world, before you give your sacred energy to anyone or anything else, you will dedicate just 60 seconds to yourself. Sit up straight, close your eyes, and take one deep breath. As you do, silently chant the mantra just 3 times in your mind, Om Kavacham Kuru Svaha. As you chant, visualize that beautiful, mirrored, obsidian-like surface of your aura becoming solid, stable, and sealed for the day ahead. Think of this as putting on your divine armor before you leave your castle. By performing this simple, proactive ritual, you are setting your energetic default state for the day to one of sovereign neutrality. This will prevent the vast majority of random, low-level, energetic drains, the background static of collective anxiety, the passive-aggressive comment from a colleague, the needy energy in a crowded store from ever penetrating your field. You begin your day not in a state of defense, but in a state of serene self-containment. Second is the practice of the reactive cloak. This is your in-the-moment tool for specific high-stakes situations. You will use this when you know you are about to enter a draining environment or interact with a person you have identified as a powerful energy harvester. This is your stealth activation, just before you walk into that difficult meeting, just before you pick up the phone to call that draining relative, just before you step into a chaotic family gathering. Take one quiet, unnoticed breath, and as you do, silently chant the mantra once or twice in your mind. Feel that mirrored cloak instantly solidify around you. This is like flipping a switch on your spiritual technology. You are consciously and deliberately reinforcing your field at the precise moment of a potential attack. You will be astonished at how different these interactions feel. You will be able to listen with calm neutrality. You will find that their emotional hooks, their attempts to create drama or elicit a reaction, simply slide off your smooth, mirrored surface. Finding nothing to latch onto, you remain the calm eye of their storm. And third is the practice of the cleansing cloak. There will be times, especially as you are mastering this, when an unexpected interaction or a powerful energetic attack may manage to get through your defenses. You may leave a conversation feeling sticky, with the other person's energy clinging to you. You must practice immediate energetic hygiene. As soon as you can, find a quiet space, even if it's just a bathroom stall for a minute. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and chant the mantra. As you do, visualize your mirrored aura and see any attached energetic cords, any sticky residue, or any dark spots simply dissolving off its perfect surface, leaving it clean, clear, and pristine once more. This prevents the energetic residue of a single negative interaction from poisoning the rest of your day. You must remember the philosophy of this great power. This invisibility is not about hiding from life. It is the exact opposite. By making yourself undetectable to draining and misaligned forces, you preserve your precious life force energy, and with this new surplus of energy, you become more available, more present, and more powerful for the people, the projects, and the experiences that are in true, joyful alignment with your soul. You came to this video perhaps feeling drained, vulnerable, and constantly under siege. You are leaving it as a sovereign being, cloaked in a power that is not aggressive, but absolute. You have recognized the invisible war. You have studied the anatomy of the harvesters. You understand why your old defenses failed. You have received an ancient sonic key, the mantra of invisibility. You have performed the activation ritual and learned the daily practices to make this power your own. Your energy is now yours. It is the most sacred currency you possess. Use it to build your dreams. Use it to create your art. Use it to heal your body. Use it to radiate your authentic light, not as a bright, vulnerable target for the hungry ghosts of the world, but as a deep, self-contained and sovereign star, shining with a light that is generated from within and offered to the world with conscious, deliberate choice. The war for your energy is over, not because you fought and won, but because you have wisely and powerfully chosen to no longer participate in the game. Now I want to give you a happy and comforting smile. Thank you for taking this journey into your own sovereignty. If this teaching has served you, I invite you to subscribe to this channel, so that we may continue to walk this path of mastery together. You are now the guardian of your own light. Protect it well.